illegal to talk about my Jesus in the public place. The night is coming, people, when no man can work. The way things are going, it may soon be illegal. The night is coming, my friend, when no man can work. I'll work the work of him that sent me while it is day now. Rise, oh sleeping soldier, rise and take your place again. Ayalele, ayalele, now Jesus be the dawn. What do you do for church? I am my holy. She said, Jesus will call you, and he call me. I am singing hallelujah. Greetings, my name is Buchi, and you are welcome to Kingdom Culture. I had gone to this place to minister in songs. I knew the pastor well. I knew him well. Yes, away from him being the pastor of a church. So I related with him that way. And so at the end of my ministration, he just stood on the stage with me, facing the congregation. He said, "Oh, church, what shall we say to Buchi?" And everybody chorused, "We love you, Buchi." And I said, "I love you too." And then he said, "It's not just to love him. Church, what shall we do for Buchi?" And then people were saying different things. He called on someone, and the person said, "Pastor, let's give him shoes. Let's give him shoes." Pastor said, "That's a brilliant idea. Let's bless Deacon with shoes." And then he turned to me and said, "What's your shoe size?" I said, I told him my shoe size. And next he turns to the church to say, "This is Deacon's shoe size. So let's give him shoes. Let's bless him with shoes. He will know that he visited us today." And I was glad. I thought to myself, can my room contain the shoes, all the shoes that these people would bring? Why am I saying this to you? Know ye no man after the flesh. I left the church that day, and 2 days passed, and there was no shoe. 3 days passed, and there was no shoe. 1 whole week, 2 weeks later, there was no shoe. A month later, 2 months later, there was no shoe. And there was no call, no communication from the pastor. And the first thought that crossed my mind was, has he disappointed me? Did he make a promise? Did he just make a promise and fail? Did they just make a promise and fail? No shoe came. Going to 2 months after that event. And then I remembered, that's a man of God. Know ye no man after the flesh. I said, wow, that's a man of God. The word has gone forth. It would bring results. I said that like today. The following day, the very next day, someone drove by my house and said, "Oh, I traveled abroad a few months ago. Didn't you notice I haven't been around? Look at you. Anyway, I brought something for you." And he opened his boot and brought out 2 pairs of shoes. As I was walking into my house to drop the shoes, I remembered. I said, wow, the shoes have begun to come. I went to the office that day. When I got to the office, my secretary said to me, "Oh, someone came to see you. He waited and left, but he left a parcel." I opened the parcel, 2 pairs of shoes. And then a friend of mine came to visit me. When I looked at him, I said, "Wow, you look great. You have some nice shoes you have there." He went downstairs and came back up with a very pair of shoes that he had. He said when I said that, God asked him to release the shoes. He dropped them. And then shoes began to come at me from everywhere. In a space of 3 days, I had received 12 pairs of shoes. And the shoes continued to come. I looked around everywhere. shoes everywhere. And I said, my God, when I thought a man made me a promise, I didn't get it. I didn't see it. When I realized that a man of God spoke forth the word of God and things began to happen, I began to see the things happening. Henceforth, know ye no man after the flesh. When a man of God speaks to you, it is not the man you know that is speaking. Like my man of God, my pastor would say, the word of God in our mouth is God talking. When a man of God speaks, God has spoken. If you receive it as such, you reap the benefits. You eat the fruit thereof.
Thank God it's still legal to talk about my Jesus in the public place. The night is coming, people, when no man can work. The way things are going, it may soon be illegal. The night is coming, my friend, when no man can work. I'll work the work of him that sent me while it is day. Rise, oh sleeping soldier, rise and take your place again.